Hello folks, I'm Dean with Dean's Woodworking. Welcome to the shop. Y'all come on in and make yourself comfortable. Tonight we're going to do a muddler. Yes, that's right, a muddler. One of those things you use to squish the mint and the fruit and the stuff in the bottom of the glass when you're making a drink. So let's go ahead and get started. Tonight we have a piece of cherry about 12 inches long, 2 inches by 2 inches. We're going to turn this thing down. From what I understand in my research tells me a muddler can look like just about anything. So you look up how long is a muddler, you get answers anywhere from 6 to 10 inches. And I see some folks that are making them, it looks like they're shorter than 6 inches. So I decided about 8 inches for this one would be about right. The person that requested this one requested that I make it out of cherry and put no finish on it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And we will go ahead and sand that to about a 500, maybe even a 600 grit, and then burnish it with some wood shavings. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you what we're doing. First thing we're going to do is make this blank round. Okay, so we can come on in on this end. I'll tell you what, let's do something here. Let's do some marking on this real quick. So we want to come in about 3/8 of an inch on that end. And that way we just have our, we get rid of any cracks or stuff that we've got in this piece here. We're going to make this roughly 8 inches. That's very roughly 8 inches right there. So now we've got ourselves a mark, and we'll just go ahead and do a V-cut right into that. That way that mark is thoroughly established. We can go ahead and do the same thing down here. That way we know exactly where we're going, exactly what we're doing. We can go ahead and do some peeling cuts to get this down. Those peeling cuts go really quick. You can get rid of a lot of wood in a hurry that way. Now we're getting a little vibration, so we'll go ahead and stop there. This is going to be the business end of our muddler. So we're going to curl that edge over. That's just so that we can get into the edge of that glass a little bit better. So once we've got that done, then we're going to come in. Bring this down just a little bit. So this is going to be our handle up here. We'll go ahead and do some peeling cuts and get that on down there. Okay, we're going to bring this on down to right about there, and we'll just come right around there so we have that curving over, and then we're going to bring this down so that we have a gradual taper down here from the handle. Okay, let's go ahead and come back in here and smooth this back out. Okay, I kind of like the looks of that. We're going to put some lines on this. We'll come in with our guitar string wire burner here. I'm just going to get some nice deep burns in that. Always be careful. You don't want to touch that wire after you've done that. That's for sure. It gets very, very hot very, very fast. Now that we've got this done, folks, we're going to go ahead and hit it with some sandpaper. Go ahead and put the trend air shield on so I've got filtered air and we're not drinking sawdust. So we're going to start out with a 150 sandpaper. We're going to turn our lathe speed down to about 600 here. Now notice how the sawdust is flying from this dry wood. If you're not getting sawdust off your sandpaper like that, folks, chances are you need to grab another piece of sandpaper. I know none of us like spending money on sandpaper, but using fresh sandpaper will save you tons of time in the end. One other thing that you can do is after you sand vertical, go with the grain. That'll do a ton of good as far as removing any sanding marks going around that. We've done the 150. We'll come back with 220 and we're going to do the same thing. Again, even with the 220, see the dust flying? Okay, now we're to our 320. Go ahead and do the same thing. You'll notice dust is still flying like crazy, folks. Too many times we use that sandpaper way past its usable life. Key factor in that is you don't have dust coming off of it anymore. Well, guess what? At that point, you're burnishing the project, not sanding it. Okay, that was 320. This is 400. Again, we've got dust flying. And again, we'll just give it a sanding with the grain. And we've got some 500 here. And once that's done, we're just going to grab us a handful of shavings. We're going to go ahead and turn the speed back up just a little bit. And we're going to burnish that in with shavings. Now, a lot of you may be asking, okay, what kind of finish you going to put on this, Dean? I'm putting it on right now. The customer on this one has requested no finish. So that's exactly what we're going to give him. You take a look at that, it's just as slick as it can be, and it looks like it's been finished. So at this point, we're ready to part it off. I'll go ahead and start that process. And what we're going to do is take the skew and we're going to widen this V here. Give us a little bit of room to come in with the parting tool and part that off. Okay, so that's about as narrow as we're going to take that in. We're going to come down to this end. We're going to do the same exact thing. And then we're just going to come right in here and start taking that down. Now that we've got that done, we'll come in with our ultra fine parting tool and we'll bring that down just a little bit, and we'll come in this end, and we're not going to come right up against the tool. We're going to back up just a little bit, give ourselves just a little bitty piece of sand there, and all we're going to do is take a real quick cut right through there. I realized that was down far enough I could just break it off. We have a little room there. So now we're going to come in with our sander, and we're going to sand this end and this end just a little bit. So I want you folks to see what I'm doing here. I'm just lightly touching this, and as I'm doing it, I'm spinning this handle. Again, you're not in any kind of hurry to get that done. I'm going to show you, hopefully you can see that end there. We'll hit it with a little 220 and 320 and it'll be right where it needs to be. Maybe you guys can see this better here. Again, on this end, I'm just going to barely touch it. I'm not trying to take a ton of material off. I'm just trying to smooth it out. Again, I'm just rotating the muddler just a little bit and kind of doing a circular motion with the drill. And folks, that's it. We have a finished muddler. One that you can give to your friends or use it yourself, share with family members. You can even sell these. And folks will absolutely love them. Folks, if you like what you see, go ahead and go down and hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I really appreciate reading the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy turning.